Canva just had their annual event where they released a whole bunch of updates, and I don't know about you, but I feel like a kid in the candy store with all the things they've dropped. And while I can't share every single thing with you in this video, I'm going to give you the highlight of some of the best features because there's more than you even think. So let's dive right into the video. Alright, we are in my Canva dashboard, so you are going to see so many new things. I know a couple of them are probably already catching your attention. Number one, Canva AI. There is Sheet, which has the new little icon over here, photo editor as well. So we're going to play here throughout this video, so I'm going to show you everything I can without it dragging out for too long. So the very first update that I'm most excited about is the multiple different sizes in one design. Now, I'm going to just start with a social media post and I'm going to pretend like I'm making an Instagram post, right? So I'm going to go ahead and choose it and create it. And now look at the best part of it. Now, let's just pretend. So I'm going to pretend like I'm making a carousel. And maybe I want to turn it into something else as well. Like, so let's say if I'm making a carousel and then I want to have it in two different sizes. Maybe I wanted the regular size, which is this 4x5 size for Instagram. And then I want a different size for LinkedIn. Maybe for LinkedIn, I want it square. Now, if you look at the grid view, here you can either add the page that's going to look with the same size, or you can change the page type. And this is so freaking good because imagine having one big client project. Maybe it is a client website. Maybe it is a client marketing strategy. Maybe it is a beauty salon and you're trying to lay out the entire structure of a company. Maybe you're launching a new company and you want to have everything. So imagine you having an entire presentation deck outlining the company strategy, then having some social media post templates inside of it, then having a website inside of that as well, and then maybe even having a whiteboard where you're going to brainstorm on something, right? And you know, whiteboards have been around for a little while, and there's, you know, all these little things that you can use and map things out. That's basically a replacement of, you know, a very famous tool. I'm not going to mention the name because I forgot it. Okay, so now that's feature number one. Now, another feature that is also very exciting for every single person who loves data or even for social media managers, because I believe it could potentially replace a lot of different tools, which is the sheet option right here. Now, what it does is if you have any sort of data that you are tracking, whether it is financials like budget tracking, whether it is you tracking the analytics, the ads, anything like this. Now, you could be doing this in the ugly Google Sheets, and nothing against Google Sheets. I love the tool, but is it my favorite thing to do in my business? Is it my favorite thing to figure out the formulas? Look, I've always hated Excel. There's one thing that I never enjoyed doing when I was in school and when we had the computer classes and we had to figure out these formulas and do all of that. I always forgot that stuff. I'm like, my brain just doesn't hold that information. So I love this particular feature so much because first of all, just look at this. You can have an entire tracker inside of Canva and it looks aesthetically pleasing, and all I had to do was just choose one template. I haven't even created anything else. And then you can just go ahead and add more and more down below. And as you can see, this one in particular already has the lead name, email, phone number, company. So if you're doing any sort of cold outreach, this is so handy. And you can just have everything inside of your Canva account. And then, you know, here you can have potential contract value, status, everything like this. Now let's look at the grid view real quick. So there is a blank one that we've started. Now let's imagine you have your entire or majority of your sales process inside of one Canva design. Is you can have lead tracker, and then you can have, let's say, a document with the sales script that you want to have your appointment setters to be using. This is so powerful because you can have everything in one place, and Canva is essentially becoming an all-in-one tool, replacing so many different tools that we have been using for so many years. So this just gives me so much joy because it looks so good and it doesn't take as much time to build as even in a lot of tools like Notion and Trello, which I love using Those I've always been a Trello person. I'm currently a Notion girl, and even though I love it, but this is just so freaking good. Look at all of these drop downs. Like, this is mind blowing to me. Considering how far Canva has gone, this is just, yeah, this gives me so much joy. And then adding a CRM link, oh my god, this is so good. Now, another exciting feature is Canva AI. Now, let's take a look at that. It is right front and center right here. Now, it has been available before, but now there is a little bit more stuff over here. So you can either choose it to design something for you from scratch, as long as you give a really good prompt. You can create an image, you can draft a document here as well. So you're gonna save so much time creating proposals. And let me tell you one thing, I don't always enjoy making proposals for potential clients because it takes so much time and so much like brain power to create those. And not even brain power, is just a little bit tedious, you know, putting the services and then customizing it to the client. If I can just give, let's say, if I could give the information from the call, like I can have my Fathom to take notes on the call, and then I can give the transcript to my ChatGPT. It can summarize the information from the client, what they're looking for, their budget, their goals, their objectives, KPIs, what they're looking to achieve, everything of that nature, their current struggles and challenges. I can have ChatGPT summarize that, and then I can ask it, give me a prompt that I can give to my Canva AI assistant so we can create a doc. Can you believe how far we've gone just in the last couple of years? I can literally have 3 AI assistants do what would usually take me hours to do, and is going to save me so much time so I can focus on something more productive, like recording this video for you. Now let's do something. I'm going to just type in something basic, but as you can see here, you can do so much with AI down here. So you can create a beautiful plane taking off with a beautiful sunrise. You can create a blog post. We're going to talk a little bit about code as well. You can create a blog documenting a 30-day fitness challenge. So let's just go ahead and create an image. So, and I'm going to, you can actually see a couple that I created here. Now you get 500 credits each month. And as you can see, I was creating something for a social media post, and I was using a girl with a dragon. Now let's create something. Create, and I, as you can see, say please a lot of the times. I didn't say it right now. Create an image in a fantasy style showing a blonde woman in a long blue dress. I'm just gonna do something basic. Looking out the window into the night city, something like this. For some reason, I'm thinking about the Akotar series that I just recently finished reading. So let's see what it's going to spit out. Obviously, it's not very detailed, and I mean, it created in a fantasy style. So if I keep giving a better and improved prompt, it can probably create something a lot more beautiful. But like this one, it looks quite futuristic, right? So anyway, so this is kind of what you can expect, but I do find that the Canva AI creates such better images, in my opinion, than ChatGPT. All right, so another feature that you can also use if you exit out the Canva AI, there is another feature called Code for Me. Now, what is it going to do? I personally feel like it's my favorite one, and I cannot wait to play with it more. But if you are not a coder, if you have no idea how to write code, Canva AI is going to be amazing for you. So they have implemented this code creation AI feature, and you can basically create anything you want. You can either create, as you can see, a fun memory matching game, you can create color accessibility simulator, you can create quizzes, you can create interactive historical timeline. Now, personally, what I'm curious about is how I could build something for my website. So my website is currently a work in progress. I have not touched it in probably a couple of years. It's not the best looking website. My clients' websites are looking amazing, but mine is just sitting there. Like, it's getting me clients, which is all that matters, but it's not pretty. But let's say if I want to make an interactive quiz where my audience can figure out the best social media platform they can be on. Now I'm gonna use it something basic. I don't know what it's going to spit out, so I probably would have to provide a lot of information. So this is currently creating the code. I have no idea what it's going to look like. It's the first time using it for this specific video. And let's see. So I will be curious. Look at all these lines of code it's creating. And again, I gave a very basic piece of code. Now I don't know what's going to happen after. Like I probably will have to insert it into a website, but based on, okay, so it's creating the results screen, quiz questions. Oh my God, it even is creating all the questions. This is crazy. Now, obviously this is something that I will be able to go ahead and change, but this is absolutely mad. Like, can you see in real time how insane that is? Now, I understand a little bit of code. I will say that. I know quite a bit of HTML. I may not be able to code the website from scratch, but I did do a lot of that from school, from my school days. So a lot of the times I do use some HTML for clients' websites, but this just looks absolutely insane. I don't think it's, yeah, it's still going. But obviously I would personally be able to go in and change some of the things because I see, you know, obviously the questions is pretty self-explanatory, so I could, you know, add a little bit of extra. But you can probably just interact with the quiz right here and there. And honestly, with such a basic prompt, I didn't expect it to give me as much as it's giving me right now. Like, I did not expect it to give me a complete quiz. Like, look at all 236 lines and it's still going. Okay, so I'm gonna let it sit there and we'll fast forward to this video. All right, so the quiz is completed and just look at that. I honestly cannot believe this. Let's actually go ahead and try this. So now, as you can see, I used a very basic prompt. I know I've said this already, but I have not even created anything sophisticated. And let's try what it just created. So what's your primary goal in social media? I'm going to say professional networking and career growth. What type of content do you prefer to consume? So I will say long-form videos and tutorials. How much time are you willing to spend creating content? Significant effort. What's your preferred content format? So I will say long-form videos. I kind of already know what kind of answer it's going to give me based on what I'm answering. What audience are you trying to reach? Let's see, creative and design focused. YouTube. I knew it was going to give me YouTube, but look at that. This is, it looks insane. Your ideal social media platform, perfect for sharing in-depth tutorials, long-form video, search discoverability, ideal audience. And then it gave me other good options. Now, this is just mind-blowing. Honestly, this is the first time I've used this, so you're getting the real-time reaction from me. But can you imagine what you can build like using this? It's absolutely ridiculous. And let's see, I can also use it in design. Let's just go ahead and go for it and create it. I know a lot of creators on YouTube are going to show you a very much polished version of their videos, but I just want to show you the real time how things look like. So yeah, the quiz is inserted here. And then I guess what I could also do now, I obviously I'm not able to see the code, but it's giving me the version 1, and I think I can publish this as a website, as you can see. So you could literally have a full functioning quiz, which you would have to obviously connect with your email list and everything like this. But yeah, this is just absolutely incredible in my opinion. So we're gonna have to get back to this feature in another video, but let me know into the comment section if you like what you think of this. All right, so now let's move on to another feature, which is the video editing. I feel like a lot of people don't know, but you can edit videos inside of Canva. Now, I typically don't recommend editing long form videos in Canva because, again, Canva was made for graphics, not necessarily for videos. This is a fully edited video. It doesn't have the captions and it doesn't have a lot of enhanced things in it, but we're going to play with this. Now, I've used the editor briefly before, and I believe there is a video on my channel. I'm going to list it down below this video so you can access it on how to edit. You can add automated captions in Canva. You can enhance your voice right now. There's a lot of different things that you can do inside of Canva. But there is a video enhancer tool that is new that I heard is really good. So we are just going to actually pause the video. I'm going to mute it because I don't want to have any kind of overlapping noises. So as you can see, you can even remove the background. If you wanted to put this cool effect in your video to put, you know, like the text behind you, you can do that. So it is just on the Pro feature. So obviously right now it's not available because the video needs to finish uploading. So once it is, I can go ahead and use the feature. So let's see, like I may need to refresh the page just in case. But other than that, you can put the text behind the video, and that's going to allow you to have that cool effect. So okay, so it's going to be processing, I guess, for a little bit, but then you can add the text in all of your brand fonts, brand colors. All right, so while it's processing, I can show you really quickly, it's not necessarily a new feature, but it's maybe something that you didn't know, is the captions feature on the left that shows up for videos. So as you can see, I can either select specific sections of the clip, and I accidentally clipped the video here, but you can go and auto-generate the captions. I believe it's still unavailable, as you can see down here, because the video is still unfortunately processing the removal of the background, so we're gonna have to wait for that. But other than that, there is so much that you can do inside of Canva right now. If I just right-click it, first of all, you can resize the page, which is also the new feature, so you can resize the video into multiple different formats. So for example, if you created a YouTube video and then you wanted to create a reel out of it, you could easily do this in Canva, and you can chop up your YouTube video into multiple different clips in multiple different sizes. You could create a regular video that you post on Facebook, you know, the rectangle, the typical video. Then you could also create a reel. You could create a story, which is essentially the same size. You could also create a square video, all in one design, instead of having multiple different designs in Canva and then your Canva account looking like a hot mess and unorganized. So this, I feel like, is such a game changer. You can just have one big project under everything. All right, so now that the background detached, it looks a little funky with the quality, but it might be because I'm trying to record this as a video, so it's probably loading. That's why I'm saying, if you want to edit something, just use the short video, because it does take a while to process. So as you can see, it's kind of like getting there, right? The quality. But in the meantime, I can also generate the captions, and now you can click on these captions, add your brand font, and voila. Now I can have my aesthetically pleasing captions that I can have on my video, instead of using the typical, you know, what everybody else is using on Instagram or captions. And then there are a lot of audio tools and volume that you can play with. If you recorded your video and it was very low on volume, you can increase that here. So that used to not be a thing. I used to always do it in CapCut, because before I used, you know, a microphone like the DJI mic, my audio was not the greatest. You can change the video speed as well. You can play back the video, play on repeats, play automatically if you need to publish it somewhere or whatever. And then there is a whole lot of editing features here as well. There is Magic Studio that you kind of have seen already, how I removed the background on here. And I also will add, there is going to be a brand new feature that I just saw on Canva's website that is coming soon, which is recording the voiceover for your video. So if you want to have Canva as your all-in-one solution to a lot of your marketing and content creation needs, and you don't want to be using any other software, you will be able to record the voiceover inside of Canva. So if you were to have a video and you just want to edit everything here on desktop, you will be able to use either your microphone or whatever you want to use, and yeah, like you'll be able to create the voiceover. So that is pretty freaking amazing. So many cool features on Canva. I'm actually going to back home to my main page, and there was one feature that I wanted to show you real quick. I haven't played with this much, but I have edited my photos here before. But you can now do a whole bunch of things apparently that are new in the photo editor. So you can auto select certain things. You can generate a background. This was not available before. Now keep in mind, a lot of these features are on the paid account, but again, I feel like that's the best, you know, $12, $13 you're going to spend every single month. And there's of course the regular like photo editing, like this picture right here that I have. Let's just use that in the design. So you know how you can crop it, you can adjust, the temperature. I was changing the brightness and things like that on the image because it was like not as, not as bright, for example. And then here I can also, generate a background. So let's say, I'm not sure if it's going to work for this image. So let's try 8. Beautiful bar behind me with, anyway, let's just see that. So I haven't really bothered too much. I don't even know if it's going to pick up that I'm in the front, even though it kind of looks like a portrait, but let's see what it's going to spit out. Oh, it just did that. So there you go. I haven't even tried that much, but this looks actually very natural. Like, I will say this, and there are a few other options that I can check out. This may not look as good because it looks a bit too close to me, even though I kind of do like it. This one looks kind of cool. And then even this one, I think this one is probably my favorite because it kind of has that, like, I don't know, it looks really vibey. But yeah, there you go. So I can go ahead and save it, and no one's gonna know because how would they know, right? So anyway, play with this. This is really cool. I didn't even have anything to do with removing the background or anything like this. So go ahead and try to play with all these new features, and there's probably a lot more that you're going to find in here. So the photo editor is new, and there's a whole lot of new stuff in Canva. So let me know into the comments which feature is your favorite. Do you like the Canva Code? Do you like the Canva AI? Is it the sheets? Is it the different sizes in one design? I think that's one of my personal favorites. Or do you enjoy the video editing capabilities that you now have inside of Canva? Let me know into the comments, and now watch this video that I know you're going to get a ton of value from.